Okay, so again, welcome everyone. Good evening. I think we were able to create one of the topic yesterday. Um, what I would have loved to maybe someone can um you know create see how we can see another person creating a topic, but let's try and see create another topic rather. So I think we created a topic on access to Power BI report yesterday. So let's see what we how what we did. Okay, no worries. So we said if there is any of this trigger, I need access to a Power BI report. Can I get access to the report? Request access to report, whether any report name. Please give me access. I think we had another one yesterday. Like maybe I just said access to reports or access to dashboard. Yep. Okay. And we said immediately if there is any of this trigger, yeah, the next thing that should pop up is to ask the person's name because so we have different form of identity or form of some of the built what's it called, like question, which Copilot is already embedded in Copilot. So from there, that identity is, well, we choose personal name, and that response we save it as a variable called full name. So this variable we use it. Let's say, for example, that variable now, and we can use it inside. I don't know what's something. I think some of those things that we put in here yesterday just go off. Say thank you. So thank you here now. Maybe I want to personalize it to that person. I can go now and insert a variable. These are all the variables that I have put inside this particular agent. So I can call this variable up, say thank you, the full name of the person. Yeah. I can now say maybe the priority of your request is, we can also, bring that variable, the variable of priority. Yeah, is this. We will respond to you, or we will contact you. Will respond. Let me just say we'll respond to you in the next 24 hours. Yeah. So we can see some of those variable. We can further use this is another variable, contact method. Yeah. So that's how we can create make some of whatever input the user has input in the to the agent. We can still make use of that response. So let's save this, and let's create a new one. I think we've created request access to Power BI report. I think another one is we said we should create new feature for a report. So for us to create that, we'll go back to our topic here, and we'll say add the topic. We can easily add it from blank, or we can create from description with Copilot. I think the one we did yesterday was to create from Copilot. So let's try and say, okay, we want to add it ourselves. So what is the trigger here? Yeah. The trigger here is maybe I would like to request a new feature for a report. Please suggest an enhancement for the Power BI. Can you add? So I think I have some text in here that I have put together. So I think I'll just copy and paste this because of our time rather than typing type in, yeah. So let's say we have something like this. So this is a trigger. So what happened now after this trigger? So we can replicate the same thing that we did for the access to report. Say, okay, after this, ask a question, and what is that question? We could say, what, please, okay, please state, or please, what's the right English one? Just please provide your name, or please provide your full name. Yeah. So you can see the identifier here. It's not a multiple choice. Yeah. It's not a multiple choice. So it's going to be, let's look for text, user enter. Okay. Yeah. So let's save this. Instead of saving this as variable one, you can save this as, let's say full name again. Full name. Yep. We can save that. So that's about this. It's a text. So whatever the user put in here is what we are going to, save it, which is going to be the name. Then what happened after this? I could say send, we could say ask a question, yeah. And again, we are going to say, please provide your email address. Yeah. So again, this is another one. We are not, if I want a multiple choice, I can create options option. Now, in this case, I don't want a multiple choice, so we have to change this again. Let's take a look at all these things to see, which one is really applicable. We can see these are some pre-designed that is already in the Copilot in the agent already. So let's say maybe we have text. I don't think we have, yeah. So we have to use, so what we have to use is user's entire response, yeah. And we keep this, again, let's save this as an email, call it user email. I'll save this as a user email, and that's saved. So I think the next thing that we created for that one is after full name, username, email, and what's the next one? I can't remember again. I think we said priority. Is that correct? I think we said priority, right?
Yes.
Okay. So let's now say this time around, ask a question. Let's say, what is the priority of your request? So I mean, instead of creating this, the other way I could have achieved this is, instead of creating different topic for access to report new feature, I can just make it one single topic and say, okay, so now what I will have done is now to now put an option for us. Is it, do you want access to report, or do you want new features, or do you want to customize the particular report? That's another way I could have, approached this. Now, this is going to be a multiple choice. Yeah. So my first option here is going to be high. And my next option is going to be low. Sorry. High, medium, and low. Yeah. Okay. And we can save. And see immediately, for some reason, it has had condition for us. Let's say, if I want to branch based on if it is high, it should go this path. If it is medium, it should go this way. If it is low, or let's say, for example, is and maybe I'm assigning into a particular person, we can create like, okay, anything that comes into like access reports should come to Mr. A. Anything that look like customization should go to Mr. B. So this is what I could have done initially, but having all of them as a single kind of topic. But in this case, I don't want, I think so I'm going to, let's delete the low. Yeah, we can delete the low and we can delete this entire condition. Okay, because if you look at it, it's okay. Instead of even, let's change this one. Let's not use this variable one. Let's call this user priority. Yeah. So, and one thing about this agent is that if you are saving a variable, do not use a space. Yeah, because sometimes it can cause a bit of confusion. So always write everything together to avoid it being not giving us what we want. So here, instead of creating this one separately, I can even bring this condition. I can delete this condition. Yeah, let's delete this condition statement here. And instead, we can add a new condition. Say, so this one we're not going to be and because we are not saying it must be high and medium. So what we are trying to say that is either it is equal to high or it is equal to what is that variable. Don't forget that we save that variable as user priority. So I'm going to user priority. If in this case it is equals to medium, yeah, this is exactly what the Copilot, when we use the prompting, and it created exactly the same thing for us. But now we know how we can create it ourselves. So we've added this condition that if it is high, it is medium, then we now say, okay, if this is the case, yeah, we want the user to be able to select the method, how they want to be contacted. So I can come here and say, ask a question, yeah, say what, so I think we should add it to this one here. Ask a question, we say, what is your preferred contact method? Yeah. And here again, we want to leave it as multiple choice. Click here, say email, say phone, you say phone, then I can say team score. I can say, just ping me via Slack. Yeah. What happened to my Slack? Yeah. Okay. So, and oh dear, it went quickly and create different condition for us, but we don't need it. So we're just gonna remove it. Remove, delete this, delete. We don't need this. Delete, 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 delete. Okay. So here we can say resave this variable again. let's save it as contact. User contact. Yeah, and save it as user contact. And what happened after all this thing happened? Then say
And the 8 times?
Send a message.
Said 8 and 11. Do your 8 too.
Hello. Okay. Yeah. So we can say maybe another thing we could have asked. Let's go back and add something here. Let's ask. It's like okay, the users should say give us the name of the report is trying to access. Okay. Let's say ask a question. You can say what is the name of the report? Yeah. So this we could change this into instead of multiple choice, we use user entire response, and we can save this as we can say it as report name or something like that. Report name. Yeah. So now here we can customize this and say, thank you. Then we insert a variable, the username. Thank you, the full name. Yeah. And we could say your request to access. Was this about access again? What is this one all about? Okay, new feature. Okay. Your request for new feature addition. So now we can bring that variable again of the report name. Where is it? Yeah. The report name has been submitted. Yep. So now this, let's save this. I think we will not give this a name because new futures. Yeah. So you see how we've created this from scratch ourselves, now not leveraging on the Copilot. I don't know if this is clear to us. Yeah. Is this clear? Anyone?
My question, thank you very much, sir. My question now is how do we then link these to the reports that would be using them?
Okay, so what we are trying to do for now is we are trying to say, okay, let's say I'm in a BI team and a lot of requests always come here and here, and instead of just sending an email, we want to be able to track it and to see how people, just to be a bit of innovation, into how the operation works. So that was why we said, okay, let's try something. For now, we are not thinking about the reports. So if we want to link it to a particular report, we will now go and create a flow, a Power Automate flow, which is another discussion entirely. So, but for this purpose, we're just trying to say, okay, how you can automate some of the processes or improve some of the processes we have in the business. So that's the whole essence of bringing this up. For that one, we'll have to go and set up a Power Automate, link it to that particular report, to particular workspace. So that's another thing we will do. Not today. We have to take it step by step.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. I am going to save this. So let's try to give this a test. I'm trying to hold on and give this a test. Okay, so let's test this and say hello. Hi there, I'm your HelbBot, BI HelbBot. How can I help you? You can ask request access to reports, features. So let's say need to add new feature to a particular report. Please provide your full name. I'll say Azim. Yep. And again, it's going to ask me, please provide your email address. Yep. And she asked me about what is the name of the report. I'll say class task. What is the priority of your request? I'm just going to say, I'm going to say contact me via Slack. Thank you. You can see now it has picked my name because I save it as a variable. It has picked the report I requested because I put it as a variable. So now with this, you can see how we've been able to create this bot simply. See how everything flow. So now what we could do is we could try to add maybe the Power Automate to it. Yeah. So I don't know if this makes sense.
Definitely it does. I know I need to go back to the recording and watch and practice so that I can be sure that I have gotten it well. But yeah, thank you very much, sir.
Yeah. So we see now we've been able to create, use Copilot yesterday to create that. So maybe quickly, because I might need to drop off, let me just introduce us to Power Automate. I'm just gonna go here, Power Automate, yeah. So Power Automate is normally used to all these repetitive tasks, something that you can just automate to simplify. It could be in terms of approval. Instead of sending email, you can even create a small flow, that you request approval, automation, every other thing you can use Power Automate. And Power Automate is also available in the desktop version, and maybe if you are doing something in desktop and you want to just automate it, whether your system is on or is not on, you can actually do all those things. We call it RPA, that can do robotic process for you automatically. So there are a lot of things we could do from this Power Automate. And there are different templates already in terms of Power Automate. We can see trigger a flow with a Power BI data alert, get daily reminder, from Outlook email, notify me, there is any new response. These are automation, that we can use. And you can see we can also embed it with Power Apps. And you can also embed it. I'm looking for the one that has PVA, but these are a lot of ready-made templates, approval. This is the approval I was talking about. Button, can even use to run a Microsoft Visio, flow, yeah, just to see how the whole operation of data collection, email, calendar. These are quite a lot of them now that we could use. So I think we'll keep it short tonight. By the way, we have different types of flow. We have the automated cloud flow. This one can trigger when anything, when something happen. Yeah. We have the instant cloud flow, which you need to do something before you need to manually press something or manually make an entry before it can trigger this. This one is a cloud flow, a particular time. Before now, in Power BI, where we don't have the automatic refresh embedded in Power BI service. So what solution I have been using is to run a scheduled cloud flow, yeah, and whereby I can say, okay, at some particular time, refresh the report, refresh the data set, and this is also another one. Describe it to design it, which is more. These are new features. This is the one I was talking about, desktop flow as well, process mining. These are some, depending on whatever we want to use it for. So there are a lot of, and you have different connections. These are all the connections, that you can use Power Automate to do. You can see, I think someone was asking about dynamic or something. Dynamic 365, yeah. You can connect all these things, with Power Automate. Yeah. And I think I was talking about Power, okay, the Power platform. Yeah. The PVA, the one we are doing, so there are a whole lot of, there is even Google, you can see, there is Google Drive, there is Gmail, there is even Gemini, all these things, BigQuery, Google API. So Microsoft has all those connections, but some of these ones are premium. You will need to have a license, to do that. So we'll try by next week. We will see how we can introduce what's it called, our Power Automate. So immediately this response is submitted now, it should send an email to a particular person, and the person will know that this request has been submitted. So thank you for tonight, and yeah,